make this quick video about a realization that I have personally had that um, maybe in some small way kind of contradicts some of the rules of human design and being a projector. But I think it's really important to share this because nothing's perfect, and the whole essence of human design is that it is an experiment, that it's not like every single thing is going to work exactly the same way for every single person, right? So I kind of got caught up in this, and I think a lot of projectors do, because in some way it almost feels like we have more restrictions, or it's just naturally a more passive strategy and aura. And there's what I was feeling is really kind of held back, and what that was kind of creating was this doubt and this over analysis of what is in alignment, what is correct, what is beneficial versus what is not. And so I'll probably do a longer video on this, but I just wanted to get, my spleen hit me with an impulse, so I'm following that. And the the thing I want to talk about, I think, is most applicable to splenic projectors, but I don't have, I'm a splenic projector, so I don't know how this would apply to other authorities. But I think that kind of at its basis, we're all humans, we all have intuition. We all have these moments of, ooh, I have an impulse to do something that's not only applicable to people with splenic authority, And so I think that in some way this can apply to everyone, but I know for sure it's mostly going to apply, or it's really going to resonate with people who have splenic authority. So my kind of thing before was I have to wait to be invited, right? And so I was already at the very beginning, I had a very, I think, clear perspective of that, of we don't have to be super passive about it. We can kind of really look at when it's super important. If you're giving someone advice, which is a good rule of thumb for life, you don't just walk around telling people what they should do with their lives, so I think that that's just a natural thing. If you're going to be directly giving somebody advice or guiding them in some way, it's really important to know that that person is welcoming that information, right? That's baseline. And so that was kind of my compass at the beginning. But then when it comes to all the other things, if I have an impulse to go up to somebody and ask them a question, or tell them something that I want, or bring up a subject in some way, I was not doing those things. I was preventing myself and restricting myself from doing that, because that's initiating, right? And I do the air quotes because I'm it's not 100% correct, right? Because we shouldn't have to prevent ourselves from doing something that feels good, especially when it's in the moment, because that's the whole essence of splenic authority and really just being human. Is when you get an impulse to do something and you're just fired up and you're hell yeah, I fucking love this. And then you go, oh, I'm not gonna do something about that. I'm not gonna follow that really fucking good feeling because it's initiating. I don't know. That's the part that I'm really experimenting with right now. I'm really working with that. And just in a little bit of time since having this realization, maybe 2 to 3 weeks, I already feel so much better. I feel so much more empowered and connected to myself and to my intuition and to like everything that makes me me, you know? And so when I was holding myself back in those moments, I just was like depleted, you know? Because it's like if you have these really good ideas and really good feelings and then like a thought that you want to move forward on and then you don't move forward on that, that's like it's basically like you're not living at all, you know? Like it's basically like you're just like, oh, like it's like when you're depressed and you go, oh, I could do this, nah, or I could do that, nah. You know, like it's kind of like that. You go, oh, I could do this, oh, I can't because it's initiating. You know, like it's like we're constantly going through that wave, but my like rule now, my regulation for myself is that if I have an idea to do something and if it feels good and I feel like I'm in that supercharged state, I'm just going to do it. Like, and I don't even think about something about how it applies, about what category it falls into, whether it's initiating or not initiating, or how in alignment it is with my human design, everything. I just fucking take whatever action I feel inspired to take in that moment, you know? And it could be like texting somebody, it could be walking up to somebody, it could be complimenting them, it could be like literally whatever it is, because and you know, this is like uncharted territory. I don't know how relevant or applicable or whatever any of this is, but who knows? Like maybe that impulse that is guiding you to go up to that person or take whatever action is going to lead you to some sort of invitation, you know? Like maybe it's not always about invite and then act. Maybe it's about intuition, impulse, action, invitation, repeat. You know, like maybe it doesn't always have to be so linear. Maybe it doesn't always have to be so in the box, right? So I think that's everything I have to share about that. Maybe we can talk about it if this resonates and some more inspiration comes out of this. But if you're feeling held back by the projector strategy, and especially if you have splenic authority, just let it go, you know, just like take the load off, chill out, release it for a bit, you know, like in typical, I'm a 1-3 profile, in typical like 3-line fashion, there's the bonds made and broken. And I took a little break from human design. I fully broke the bond. And I think it was important because it gave me an opportunity to step back, and instead of being so immersed in everybody's videos and all of the information that's available and articles and everything, it gave me that opportunity to just kind of be like, what do I believe? You know, like what is really resonating in my essence, in my body? And then how can I take that reinvigorated perspective and gently begin to apply it and incorporate it into the human design system, right? Because it doesn't work if it's not working for you and you're not actually making progress and you're not actually feeling good, right? Because that's the whole point of this, is that to make more money, to be in a career that you love, to live where you love, to have friendships and relationships that are beneficial for you, you know, like that is the goal. And so if along the way I'm not feeling good and I'm not feeling empowered and I'm not feeling inspired, then what is the fucking point, you know? So just relax, follow what feels good, follow your impulse. If the strategy and the experiment that you have been testing, that you've been working with, isn't working, take a break and change the strategy. And then you'll have that fresh perspective and you'll be able to bring new experience to that previous experiment and be able to shift whatever you need to shift in it to make it work for you to get to the success that we all are capable of. So I love you. I hope that this was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next video.